Hello and good morning, and thank you very much for joining me on this Monday for Mindset Minding. In this exercise, I will show you how mindfulness can become whatever you want it to be, rather than simply reacting to the stressors of work or the news or just your day and responsibilities. Perhaps you're becoming and feeling a little bit more comfortable with the practice of being mindful. And you can also know and feel the potential of what mindfulness can do for you. For example, what would it be if you weren't worried about work or your mortgage or feeling overwhelmed all the time, or feeling tired from all of your chores or things that you have to do? What if instead of feeling overwhelmed or bored or stressed, you're able to step back and say, oh, okay, that's overwhelm, or okay, that's worry, or that's just stress, and I got this, rather than saying, I am stressed, rather than feeling as though you're in the middle of it all. Instead, just recognizing that, okay, there's a thought or that's a feeling. For some of you, that may sound weird or crazy or strange. And you may think, well, yeah, but you don't know how crazy my situation is. And you're right. I don't know unless you share that with me. But you can remember that it's really important to see that this practice of mindfulness takes time for change to happen. But change does happen. For people who are successful at what they do, it's a habit. It's a habit of a lifetime, or at least a habit of a good few years. We're not just talking about doing better at work or feeling less stress. It's about living on your own terms. It's about choosing how to awake and present you, how to be awake and present the way you want to be for the life you're living right now. It's about enhancing your presence, your wisdom, your compassion, and your effect on this world, inside of you and outside of you, and to be the absolute best at the absolute best of your ability. How do you want to be when you're older? Mindful. Every time you realize you're distracted, you're taking the time to acknowledge it. Something is changing, not only in thoughts and conscientiousness, but also in the brain itself. If you experience stress, overwhelm, or anxiety a lot, then it can be really uncomfortable. And you'll probably want to just get as far away from it as possible. And that's understandable. But it's also really important to acknowledge that you can't stop anxiety. Everyone's tried it, it doesn't work. What you can do is develop a different type of relationship to it, where you eventually feel at ease with it and potentially can stand to embrace it as a way of further understanding your mind. So as you move through your body today, remember that the idea of being aware, simply being aware and being present with the sensations in your body. Whenever you remember to do this, it is quite an amazing thing because all of a sudden you're actually present again. Again, it's as though you cut the negative feedback loop. You can step out of the loop of thinking, which fuels the emotions of stress and overwhelm. And instead, you're actually present with your body and what you're doing. On the one hand, it's a very ordinary feeling. And yet, on the other hand, it's an extraordinary feeling because we experience it so rarely. Just remembering to be present, simply being aware. So, to recap, if you experience stress, overwhelm, or anxiety a lot, then it can really be uncomfortable. And you'll probably want to get as far away from it as possible. But it's also really important to acknowledge that you can't stop anxiety. Everyone has tried. It doesn't work. What you can do is develop a type of relationship to it where you eventually feel at ease with it and potentially can even start to embrace it as a way to further understanding the mind. So as you move through your day today, remember that the idea of being aware, simply being aware, being present for the sensations in your body. I hope that some of this has been useful for you today. I hope that this helps you to stay mindful through the day, stay present, and stay aware. Thank you so very much for joining me for Mindset Minding. Join me again on next Monday morning at 6 p.m. at 6 a.m. Next Monday morning at 6 a.m. for more Mindset Minding.